I'm feeling good.
Welcome to this week's episode of Talking Shit with the MAGABOYZ. How we doing, boys?
You missed, bitches.
Doing pretty good. How about you, fellas?
I'm here.
Entertaining week. Well, without further ado, let's hop into it. So I don't know if y'all seen the AOC shit with Tom Homan. AOC comes right out, basically telling Tom Homan, come and get some.
Tom Homan, then acting director of ICE, said that he was going to threaten to refer me to DOJ because I'm using my free speech rights in order to advise people of their constitutionally guaranteed protections. And he may want to do it again today. And to that I say, come for me. You're going to have to come for me.
I don't know if you guys seen the interview where Tom Homan was like, you ain't seen nothing yet. I think they're going to go in and start arresting people. Because AOC, obviously, from what she's done in the past, is she's came in and basically she's teaching the illegals how to avoid ICE.
Yeah, she started doing that back in February, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And Queens started coaching them on how to like ask for warrants and not answering the door and shit like that.
Telling them to put the warrants underneath the door.
Yeah.
Show me your warrant. Except in Spanish.
Yeah.
It's just, it's bullshit. Can you imagine, right, if Kamala Harris got in and her objective was obviously, whatever her, well, she didn't have policies to begin with, but whatever, unicorn dust fucking policy she would put in place.
Space is exciting. It spurs our imaginations, and it forces us to ask big questions.
Can you imagine if, like, the Republicans were coming out and were, like, totally defiant against that? They'd be calling for fucking their heads.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They would already be arrested. No, you know what I mean? Like, so think about this. Back with the J6ers, the Democrats altogether are talking about, they need the proper trials and the proper justice. They're here fucking illegally, retard, for one, right? They committed a crime. And when you look back at time when what they did to the J6ers, did they get the proper trials?
Fuck no. Have they even gotten them?
Yeah, did they even get trials?
At this point, have they even gotten anything up to this point yet?
I mean,
they just got pardons.
Yeah, right. And
are there any of them left in jail right now?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but even so,
the lawfare against them. It's just like, it's imbalanced, right? It's their mindset is just, it's a complete fucking joke. It's a complete joke. If you don't agree with them, it don't matter. Like, it's just like they're above the law. It's just like they make it evidently clear. For one, when Trump's coming in, you came in here illegally. We're going to deport you. And he's not even like talking about deporting everybody. He's talking about getting rid of rapists, murderers,
gang members,
drug traffickers, gang members who are now terrorists, right? And now this fucking idiot, AOC, is like, listen, this is how you avoid getting caught, fellow terrorists.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking serious? Like, how do you even take her serious?
I don't know. My mind is still blown. It's blown every day when I see how nothing gets done. How we used to live in a Wild West mentality, and we would handle our business. And when the bad guys did something bad, they were made an example of. They were put out. They were shot in the street, hung in the street, left for examples for the next group of people who wanted to do something bad.
Right.
They're getting away with it every single day, and why aren't we doing anything about it?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if you look on social media, everybody's fucking crying out on, screaming more or less. Where the fuck is the DOJ? Why are these people being perp walked? Why are they not being arrested? It's just like, it's almost like we're going through the same exact thing that happened the first Trump presidency, right? They're slow walking the agenda. We have this judicial lawfare where you got these fucking radical judges, you know, every move we make, right? Every move Trump makes, he's being sued, or they're putting an injunction on him, or whatever the fuck they're doing. Like the judges are acting like they're the ones that are presidents and they make policies. Well, no, we don't agree with that, so we're going to stop that. You're not allowed to do that.
Well, what do you think? Do you think this is just like a buffer zone until the next round? Like the next round of Democrats who get, you know, they're able to, like, they're going to be in power, and
for sure.
This is just like our little bit of like hope to keep us alive for a little bit, you know.
They're trying, for sure. I mean, think about it. We all know it's the globalist agenda, right? And this is how they're doing it. They're puppets, and I honestly believe some of these fucking Democrats do believe in the shit that they talk. They're just that retarded. You know what I mean? Like they're just that retarded. Like they believe. Think about this. The Democratic Party. What do they stand for now? Like what did they choose to get behind?
LGBTQ.
Well, no, but like lately, like the Maryland dad that's a MS-13 gang member, right? They were like, okay, we're gonna go to El Salvador and we're gonna bring him home. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna bring the terrorists back to the United States. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Can you imagine voting for fucking retards like that? They're like, I like, as a voter, you just sit there and they're like, so you're spending my tax dollars to go to El Salvador to get an MS-13 gang member back here?
Yeah,
but have you heard the crowds that cheer for them when they're saying they're going to do this? Like, so you got to wonder, are these paid crowds though? Because we've been to these events, we've seen that they bus in. And this is a true story. They bus in their crowds. We've seen it firsthand. They come out 4:30 in the morning saying, "Hey, guess who's coming to town?" And then all of a sudden there's 2 busloads of people and no one else is allowed in the building except the 2 busloads of people that are going to be their crowd in front of the cameras. So I don't know. I guess
that's what
the cheers are fictitious.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about that, because we went to the DOC rally down in Albany. There was like no like protesters besides, you know, the people there for the correctional officers. And then all of a sudden, like, there's fucking hundreds of them all gaggled together. It's like, where the fuck did they come from?
And then they had an anti rally right up the street from that.
Oh yeah,
where bus parked.
Yeah,
I've never seen so much hate in my life coming from across the street. But
I love
you know, it's amazing.
The fact, like, people let emotion, you know, override just critical thinking.
well, that's a big problem with human beings. They don't like to admit when they're wrong, and they don't want to hear common sense that goes against their beliefs.
Yeah, they seek validation.
Exactly, and it's just, I mean, that's no way
even
to
if it's
live.
wrong. They get that little.
That's a miserable fucking life to live right there. You can't listen to somebody and change your views, you know, based off the factual information that you gain through talking to your neighbors. I don't know.
So I tell, like, I'll tell this one particular guy all the time, show me. Where'd you get this information? Show me where you got it. Even when we came back from rallies, he would say, "Do you hear what your president said?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I actually did. I heard it. I was there. And I was there when he pointed at the cameras. He pointed at CNN's cameras and MSNBC's cameras, and he says, "Look, they don't want to hear the truth. Look, their lights are going off on their cameras. You see that? Look at that. Yeah, they don't want to hear what we're about to say. Yeah, they don't want that information to get out there." And he couldn't handle the truth.
Yeah, it's sad, but you know, slowly but surely, you know what I mean. I mean, we're at a point right now where there's so much information out there. Like, think about that. They got to be online going. Like, internally in their head, they got to be like, "Fuck."
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like, damn, I'm dead wrong. Like, do I just keep running with it? You know what I mean? It's the lie you got to keep running with.
They will.
Yeah. Gas is getting cheaper, motherfucker.
They're like they're rooting for their own demise.
Yeah.
I've got a good one. I've got a good one for you. Do you remember when Trump was like, he was talking about hydroxychloroquine and all that stuff for COVID-19, ivermectin, and taking it. And so again, this was back when it was, he originally said it back in like 2020 or whenever that was.
Sure.
So, he's like, yeah, that fucking idiot. You hear what he said? Blah, blah, blah. Well, now his wife has cancer. Well, could have cancer. So they're paying attention to everything. And I have a situation going on that kind of like coincides with what they're going through. Sure. And he's like, hey, did you ever look into hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin? I'm like, motherfucker, like, all of a sudden now, all of a sudden your life is affected by something.
Right, personally.
And now you're saying this stuff might work to help save a life. Like, even though it's not COVID-19. And I said to him, like, do you remember when Trump said, he's like, oh, you motherfucker. He's like, don't bring his name up. I'm like, what? Why? Why not? Why not? You know.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
You did that voice. I'm like, oh, fuck.
He'll never listen, but he'll know. If he ever did, he'd know exactly who I'm talking about.
Did you see he has the Trump derangement syndrome?
He does.
He has it bad, just like everybody else.
Yep.
I'm
that
not
radical
names,
ideology.
but they just can't stand him for some fucking reason. Elon Musk, he didn't do nothing to nobody. He just built a car and made fucking spaceships.
Oh, yeah.
And bought a fucking social platform. Poof, they fucking hate him for it.
Yeah, they're like, free speech? Oh, how dare you give me freedom of speech?
Govern me harder, daddy.
Now they're going around fucking busting up all the dealerships, scratching the shit out of fucking people's fucking cars that they bought to save the planet. Now all of a sudden they're fucking getting keyed left and right just because it has a big fucking Elon fucking badge on the front of it. Get the fuck out of here. You sick fuck.
All these people are fucking, I just have a feeling they're getting paid
deranged.
Off. You know they're getting paid off.
A lot of them.
No, they're not getting paid. They're just fucking.
A lot of them probably are.
Some
to
of them
stir up the rest of them. Like,
the ones that fucking go and protest and do all that stupid shit. But I'm talking about just fucking everyday people going to the fucking supermarket. They see a Tesla there and they got the urge to fucking key it.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that going to do? You put a scratch in someone's car. If you want to do it the right way, light the motherfucker in fire so they can't drive it anymore.
Well, not only that, we don't
stupid
recommend
fucks.
doing that,
Fuck no, don't do that.
I do not recommend
But-
it.
Be sensible.
Think about the ideology behind it. So before Trump, right? Everybody was like, when Biden was pushing the Green New Deal, they're like, yeah, buy the fucking Teslas, buy energy efficient cars.
They're all for it.
They're all for it. And now they're
for
running around keying all these Teslas. You dumb fucks. You know the majority of those owners are
Democrats
liberals.
and liberals, exactly. You're keying your own kind, buddy. The fuck?
Yeah.
I've actually seen quite a few of those videos too. You're like, I voted for fucking Kamala Harris, you cocksuckers.
For anything, you should
it's
be
crazy.
keying my diesel. Why not? You want to save the planet, don't
crazy
you?
bunch of people, let me tell you. That's a wild
They're
bunch
not saving
of people.
the planet anymore. We're past that.
Yeah.
We don't do that anymore.
No, now it's literally like they want to destroy America. They're like they're voting for they're basically protesting for to bring back terrorists, murderers and rapists back in America after they get deported.
Oh, yeah?
Right? And they're like, "Oh, we want our and like Colorado passed that fucking bill where the schools or the parents now if you misidentify your children's fucking gender, they can take the kid." You believe that shit?
I believe it.
Fucking try it.
That's what I'm saying.
Please fucking try it.
Fuck around and find out.
Be stacking you motherfuckers in the driveway.
Yeah, quick.
Oh my god.
So let's pick. We got another topic. Let's talk about fucking good old Kathy fucking Hochul.
And there seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
It's funny how this rolls into Kathy Hochul, huh? Like,
Well, we have to go from one retard to the other. AOC to the vampire
It's only
Hochul.
natural.
Fucking bitch, dude.
So I heard. I'm sure you've got plenty to say about her, but we stopped into a recruiting office here in the mall here in town today, and we were speaking to some recruiters. And they were very apprehensive at first. And I was asking questions. I'm like, how do you guys feel about sending, like, now Kathy's trying to make it so that an 18-year-old little boy because at 18, you're still a little boy. I don't
Wet
care.
behind the ears, yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't know how to handle your shit. Yeah, you've had a few scraps in the schoolyard, but you haven't dealt with this full grown 300-pound
Political weapon.
Yeah, well, these guys in prison who are basically butt raping their inmates. Can I say that? I think I can, right?
You're in the MAGABOYZ
Rated
Podcast.
R.
Of course you can.
Rated NC-17.
I don't know what butt raping inmates would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna so you can't get level-headed, full-grown men who saw what you just did, and now you're gonna go into the schools and you're gonna try to promote the fact that you want to start hiring 18-year-old little boys to come into prison to handle these big men that rapists, murderers, you name it. The worst of the worst
Death
of the
row
worst
inmates, you know, they don't give a fuck.
And I've got friends who are COs, and the stories that you hear, the stuff that they have to go through, what they have been going through, and if you've watched any of our earlier podcasts, we had a couple COs on here that kind of laid it all out for you. It's pretty wild. These guys they head into work in the morning. They wonder if today is their last day, if they're going to get shanked in the neck, or they're going to get sent to the hospital. And you're going to put little boys in that position. That these guys aren't going to have the backs of their buddies if their buddies are getting their asses handed to them by inmates, because the inmates don't have, they've got the HALT Act.
Right. And they have never, like you said, they've never been put in a situation like that. Like, they don't even know how they're going to react, right? Because when you get in a situation like that, you have that fight or flight response. Like 9 times out of 10, unfortunately, they're just going to fucking freeze. And when you're against fucking, say a 45-year-old grown man that's murdered a couple fucking people and been, multiple states and done his welfare share of crimes, that's a cakewalk for him. He's gonna cut them the fuck up.
Yes, he will. Just like, he's just gonna cut right through them. But yeah, and so one of their selling points was, you'll be able to, like, if you start at 18, you'll be able to retire at 43. And I'm like, well, what about the guys who just got, shit canned because they wanted a safer work environment because you let the inmates run the prison, and their retirement's gone. So they didn't get to retire. So you're telling me these 18-year-olds, they're going to retire at 43 years old. These guys didn't. So what, are you going to let them know, hey, you may or may not get to retire with us because, prisoners might get even more rights and leniency, and now you're just, shit, you're basically the prisoner in the prison at that point. But.
Well, and I agree. And think about at what level, right? In New York State, you can fucking, you know what it takes to actually fucking be in prison in New York State? Like, think about it. They're just releasing burglars, fucking rapists, this and that. Like, you got to do some fucking, like, serious fucking shit in New York. Like, you got to kill somebody, or who knows? You know what I mean? Like, you have judges down in, outside of New York, judges down in Texas, where they're releasing the fucking, literally, people are fucking whacking other people, and they're like, yeah, fucking probation. You know what I mean?
This is his first offense. He might not do it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if they're illegals. They're definitely not going to be put
if
behind
they're
bars.
illegals, shit. That's like
and the person they stabbed needs to go to prison because it's their fucking fault. Honestly.
Wow, that sounds right.
Yeah,
that sounds like stories I've heard up here in
Judicial
New
system
York
is
State.
fucking.
It's a joke.
It's horribly fucking corrupted.
Yeah.
It's beyond the point. It's going to take a good long time to get it all cleaned out and actually get fair-minded people.
Well,
that
I
actually
don't
believe in justice.
It's not going to happen until we start arresting that radical fucking ideology in the sense. And I don't want to say like they're legit breaking the law. Like, legit. Your job is to protect the fucking people. Releasing a fucking murderer back on the street or a rapist, you're putting other people at risk. They're going out murdering and raping other people.
Yeah.
Like, if a judge does that, they need to be charged with that now.
Absolutely.
That's how you fucking stop it, right?
The DA, everybody that's involved. Like that's
how you get accountability.
They are committing crimes on a daily basis, and we are not doing anything about it. Where are the
Pam Bondi?
Where are the fucking toxic masculine males that can handle this shit? Where are you? Mm-hmm. Fucking stop eating your soy and go into fucking Starbucks, you little bitches.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because we become vigilantes if we were to rise up. Because you know as well as I do, if like you're committing a crime around me or any of you guys, I already know what's going to happen, right? If you're hurting fellow Americans, even if you're a fucking little bitch leftist, I'm still going to protect you. And if somebody seeks to do harm, I'm going to hurt them. You know what I mean? Or defend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That person.
I want to watch Nick defend. I bet that's going to be a good video, man. I've heard stories about Nick's defense.
So, Kathy Hochul comes out and she was extremely triggered by Trump's meme. The Pope. Trump for Pope. I'm with it. I'm fucking with it.
Can you imagine that? From president to Pope? Oh, come on, man.
God
That's
damn.
the presidency of like religion.
Fuck yeah, bro. Love it.
Go
she
for
goes,
it.
This is what she says. This is deeply offensive to me and my fellow Catholics around the world as we continue to mourn our beloved Pope Francis.
Oh my God.
I bet you
right,
she never gave a shit about Pope Francis. She never.
Fuck no.
No.
Bro, she claims about, this is offensive. She's like, if you want an abortion, you want to kill that baby inside you, come on down to New York. We got you.
Yeah.
God.
Oh my God.
Even at 24 weeks, no problem.
Yep. It doesn't matter. Oh, the baby just popped out. Well, technically, it's like the 5-second rule. Get the fuck out of here, Kathy. Catholic. Shut the fuck up. You ain't no Catholic. And me being a fucking Catholic, that shit's funny as shit. Trump, keep
I
up
think
the
it's
Pope.
fucking hilarious.
Bring it on, baby. And I don't know if y'all seen whoever's running the fucking White House account, but the memes they've been dropping is fire, bro.
The one where him and Elon are sitting, he's on the couch in his blanket and Elon's sitting there playing fucking Xbox.
I fucking love it, bro.
That's fucking great.
They dropped one for the May 4th today, and then it's Trump. It's Trump, and he's got like the lightsaber or whatnot, and it says "May the 4th be with you." And it's it's triggering the left, because we know as well as I do, the liberals can't fucking meme. They can't even fucking joke. They're like, them walking around being alive is kind of a joke. You know what I mean?
They
So we laugh at that.
They love Star Wars. They love Star Wars. No.
Can I ask you guys, like, when you guys think of a liberal, right? Like, and I know a bunch of them. Mm-hmm. I couldn't ever see myself dating one just because just dating one, they'd be boring, or they would say, no, we're not supposed to do that, or that's offensive to me. When you think about a full-blown Republican, big-breasted, beautiful, blonde-haired, dark-haired, whatever you want,
Paints a picture.
and you see that girl walking up to you with the Trump shirt, you know tonight's gonna be a fun fucking night. You know what I mean? Like, but if you see the glasses and the school marm outfit coming up at you, you're like, oh fuck, run.
Yeah.
She's about to spew some shit about how like transgender is the way to be, you know, like, and she's put some thought into it herself. I don't want to have anything to do with that. Like, I don't know, like,
Fuck no.
But do you get it? Like, you can almost
I don't get it, and that's the thing. It's like you look around, right, and their hair is fucking blue and green and whatever color. You look at that, I'm like, who the fuck think that's attractive?
Fat. Your fucking nails aren't painted. Your clothes don't match. You're driving like Honda Ridgelines and shit. The fuck, man? What's the matter with you guys? Where'd the baggy pants and the bell-bottom pants come back into fucking play? That's super unattractive.
Yeah, dude.
They need to lay off their McDonald's and their Starbucks and all their high, like I said, soy.
all
And
vegan.
for you gentlemen who are eating a lot of soy, you're probably crying a lot, and I'm guessing your boobs are bigger than your fucking mom's. So
Low T.
get rid of the soy. Look at the back of the box. If it says soy, yeah, your titties are growing.
Yeah.
So, and you don't want bigger titties than your
Titties
mama.
are growing and dick shriveling.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway,
So yeah,
back back to the serious stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Back at it. So Elise Stefanik. Right now, they're saying in their polls, and we'll speak about polls here in a second, but she's only one point behind. I think that's total bullshit, obviously, because I think if anybody had a brain there in New York, they definitely want Stefanik as governor. Kathy Hochul is just like it's like the Trudeau thing, right? Justin Trudeau was so fucking far out in Canada that they literally just are like, bro, you're done. You did what you could. You know what I mean? The globalists pushed them aside, and here comes fucking the other retard, Carney. And it's the same thing with what they did with Cuomo. They pushed him out, right? They pushed him out. They released all these sexual harassment, allegations. Yeah, he's a fucking pervert. Him and his dad and all of them have been perverts forever. Like, hey, that's politics. Like, especially on that side. Like, they're like, oh, all of a sudden breaking story. And motherfucker, we knew about that for the past 10 years.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Been obvious.
Yeah, dude, like,
Well,
shut
that
up.
and him killing all the elderly people in the fucking homes and shit during COVID.
So they pushed him out, and now they got fucking bird brain in here, right? Kathy, the vampire. So they come in, like, it's gonna be a matter of time where, like, how like they have to cheat so fucking goddamn bad, dude. Like, they cheated for her to beat Zeldin. Like, when the DOJ went down to fucking New York City, dude, when they was getting fucking close, the DOJ went down to New York City. Don't tell me there isn't no funny shit going on. That, and if the Clintons are still in fucking New York, that shit is corrupt as fuck, bro.
Yeah, I don't trust fucking New York elections anyways.
We just said Clintons. Do you guys hear a drone?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You hear a drone?
The dark evil, the fucking cloud comes by. You know what I mean? Like, she's another fucking useless cunt. Anyways, back to Kathy.
Shay, hey, before we go any further, should we all just explain to the public we are not suicidal?
No, not at all.
I am not
We are
suicidal.
not
Yeah, no.
suicidal.
I love my life.
Yep.
I love my family.
And we plan on living a long, long time.
And we
And
plan on celebrating when we watch fucking the Clintons get locked the fuck up.
Yes, sir.
And I'm
Be better than
talking
the Super Bowl.
It's gonna be the fucking MAGABOYZ. Yeah, Super
fucking
Bowl.
right.
Hell yeah, bro. That's gonna be a hell of a party when we see them cocksuckers locked up. Chelsea Clinton posted on X the other day, talking about what the fuck was it? It was something about because they were calling her out how Doge found the mishandling of funds, and it was like $84 million that was sent to fucking Chelsea or something like that. She bought some fucking $10 million mansion and shit. And then she tried calling somebody out. I got to pull it up.
That is the most Clinton thing I've ever heard about that.
I love that. Oh, that's good, man. We're going to use that from now on.
Oh, it was Charlie Kirk's. It was Charlie's Kirk post. Charlie Kirk. Let me pull this up, dude, because this is good, dude. Like, she's just, and people, what I love about this is these fucking idiots are so fucking retarded. Like, they bring the light back on themselves, and I just go through the comments, and people are just blasting her. Like, you're an idiot, dude. You're an idiot, right? Like, a lot of, like, one thing that I can say, probably one of the smartest dumb motherfuckers out there is Obama, right? Because he knows when to shut the fuck up, and he lets shit go. He'll let it go. But not fucking Hillary, not the Clintons.
No.
When you bash them, here comes the fucking vampire. right out of fucking, like, it's like the sun gets, blocked in the dark cloud, and she has risen, and she opens a fucking can of worms. Now she's gotten a little better and keeping herself in the darkness a little bit. But now we're seeing the little retard come up, Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
Now she's coming up, and like, they're basically, they should be planning how the fuck they're going to try to avoid getting out of prison. Like, maybe they should contact AOC, right? Hey, AOC, how do we avoid DOJ?
Just delete the emails.
Yeah.
Like 2016.
Shut up, mom.
Oh, fuck. Speaking of
imagine
child
the
labor? No way. We didn't do
I
that.
can only imagine the conversations they have where it's like, don't sweat it. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Everything's fine. They'll never be able to do anything to us. We are who we are, and we run what we run, and there's, we get away with everything. That's just the way it's going to be, and that's how it's always going to be. And, let's kill Donald Trump. That fucking son of a bitch. We had 3 people there, and not single one of them could have fucking shot him the way they should have shot him. They fucking hit his ear. God damn it.
It's a good thing about liberals. They can't shoot worse shit.
Well,
not all of them.
that's
I can't
because
say
they
that,
gave
but-
up their guns.
Yeah.
Dumbasses.
You know, speaking of Hillary Clinton being a vampire, has anybody seen Bill Clinton lately? That motherfucker looks like she sucked the life force out of him.
Oh, so I'm an
Like,
inauguration. That's about it.
Blink twice if you need help, bro. Like, Jesus Christ.
No doubt, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's bad.
Almost makes you feel bad for him if he wasn't such a piece of shit.
No, he's a fucking scumbag.
don't
I
feel
hope
bad
he
for him
burns
at
in
all.
fucking hell.
Yeah.
He's a fucking dude. You rape fucking little kids. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like you deserve like what is coming to you.
Seriously, out of all the things you could do on this planet in a life during a human life, that is probably like right now sitting here. I can't think of anything worse.
No, there isn't.
You could torture an adult human being.
You
and
could
yeah,
bomb a
that's terrible
nursing
thing.
home and
Yeah.
still not be on that same
Yeah.
fucking level.
That-
Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that
You're a
is-
sick
that's true.
fuck.
Yeah, you're
You know?
you're a fucking
You should be fucking stoned in the street in front of a
But
big
that
crowd of people.
stoning is like not enough. I don't know. You need to be skinned alive
Tar and feather.
and then drugged through the desert so your bare raw like skin just drags through the sand and gravel and then you throw a bunch of scorpions on you.
You've had a lot of time to think about
Fucking
this.
rattlesnakes, like whatever.
Get
Just
creative.
hit him with adrenaline so they still stay
yeah,
alive.
exactly.
keep them alive for as long as possible. Yep.
Give him a 5-gallon
You ain't
bucket of
done yet,
fucking.
motherfucker.
Give him a 5-gallon bucket of salt water in the middle of the desert,
Yeah.
so they have to drink it.
No, fuck.
That's still too good because they're like getting satisfaction in some way there. And you don't want to give them any satisfaction.
Oh no!
You
But
do
you ever tried
something
drinking
to a
salt water
child-
before?
Some-
Then you dehydrate
some
fucking
of the
5
best
times
torture
faster.
is when you give them hope.
All right. So how about this? You piss in a bucket and then you put it like just outside of arm's reach from them, so they can just stare at it. And they want some
Like
sort of
bling
liquid.
bling with the plate full of crack. Remember those videos? bling bling high crack pipe and collar.
Yeah. So Chelsea Clinton, she posts on X, a lie repeatedly repeated is still a lie. That was her quote. So it was from the Charlie Kirk's commentary. Doge for the win. Confirmed. Doge says U.S. aid gave Chelsea Clinton $84 million, which was supposed to go to the relief in Haiti. Line items show $3 million. Let me pull up the rest of it.
I saw that.
Right here. Yep. Line items show $3 million of the $84 million were sent to Chelsea Clinton's wedding. Wait for it. $10 million to purchase a luxury mansion on our dime. So she comes out and she's like, "This is a lie." Well, no, according to the paper trail, it's not a lie. It's our money.
So do you hear
And,
that?
bitch, we want a refund.
Democrats, do you hear that? Like, literally, you guys are constantly committing crimes. Like, all you guys have is Donald Trump's a rapist, but you guys are committing crime after crime after crime after lie after child mutilation after terrorist support. I mean, how could I ever want to be on your side? Like, if you want to build an army of Democrats, this is not the way to do it.
No, it's terrible.
It's definitely not the way to do it.
No, even with them cheating, they still lose. Like it's that's the Democratic Party right now. They're like, "Fucking hey, we threw the kitchen sink at them, we still lost. What now?" Like, I don't know. Keep continuing the path that you're going down, retard.
Goddamn American
But
voters.
hey, listen. So their way of trying to get the American public or to create their army is like, we're going to shit in your mouth and we're going to tell you like it, and yeah, it's going to work. And it doesn't work. It only works on the really stupid people. So.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Let's pivot to another retard out west. We're going from the East Coast to the West Coast. We're going to Arizona. Governor Hobbs.
Yeah.
Yep. Katie Hobbs. What did you do, Katie? Well, she did a couple vetoes of some bills, right? couple bills supporting the people and protecting the people and adding, sovereignty, a Bitcoin reserve for the state. House passed it. She says, nah, not today. She's like, so she says now all of a sudden she's a financial advisor. She says, we don't want to spend their investment, their fiat, right? Their tax money on what is it? Basically an untested investment. Yet you have entities such as BlackRock, JP Morgan, Fidelity, all the major institutions accumulating Bitcoin at record speed, and we now have a national Bitcoin reserve through the United States.
And how much is Bitcoin's net value?
Well, it's an asymmetrical trade, right? There's only 21 million. Unlike gold, where you can dig it out of the ground when the demand goes up to meet that demand. I mean, Bitcoin you can't. There's only 21 million.
Let me see your picture. Ooh, no, that's a Democrat.
Yep.
No. Anybody who's out there listening and you don't know what Katie Hobbs looks like, yeah, she looks like a Democrat. She does.
Oh, yeah.
I would never touch her with the 10-foot pole. That's how you know she's a Democrat. And trust me on this.
So she vetoed the bill, right? Yeah. That would basically bring immense wealth to the state of Arizona. Like I said, there's only 21 million Bitcoin. So when you think about as your state, right, and the funding and how it's funded and how it operates, and you have an investment such as Bitcoin, and you have sovereign wealth funds and all the biggest institutions in the world accumulating this, the price is, like I said, it's asymmetrical. It's going up. Like, it's going to go the fuck up. Like, there is no way. It's the most safest asset. And a lot of these idiots don't understand it. So when she says it's untested, like, it's based off an algorithm and math. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a gold bar, right? Like, gold's been around for eternity and da-da-da-da. Well, yeah, but now we have gold on the blockchain. Easier to transport. Think about the value of this. What does it cost to transfer $1 billion worth of gold? What does it take to store $1 billion worth of gold? With Bitcoin, you can put $1 billion worth of Bitcoin on a USB drive and drive across the planet if you want. Anywhere in the world. You can take $1 billion with you. No problem. Right? And you don't have to rely on banks to, if I wanted to send you millions of dollars across the globe, I can instantly do it on my time in your time.
Could you please? I need it right now. I'm in a tough spot.
But so think about that, right? It gets rid of, intermediaries, the middlemen who make all the fucking money, and they don't like it. So obviously, her being, installed during the last race with her and Carrie Lake, just her action since then is just like, she's a liberal piece of shit. She's been, she's just not for the people of Arizona. So she also vetoed a bill she vetoed a bill that was requiring the state to follow federal immigration laws. So we know AZ's right there on the border, dude. Like, easy access. So basically they're like, hey, she's saying this is sanctuary city or state in general, and they're not going to abide by ICE and the federal laws, immigration laws, that you're going to allow and harbor terrorism in your state. Basically, it's what you're saying without saying it. Yeah. Even though the House passed it and your people voted for this, but now you're saying, no, we're not going to do this.
How much did they pay you?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. How much is
what do they got on you? Did you rape some small young child? Did you, Katie Hobbs?
So she's connected with the cartel. You got to be, bro.
I was going to say, because how are they getting federal funding for that sanctuary shit when, old DJT stopped that? So who's funding that operation? Why are you continuing to take in illegal immigrants that you're paying for to have them flown in, and you got to house them and feed them and give them Social Security and insurance and all that shit? Who's paying for that?
Katie, these are great questions.
Where's that money coming from?
Can we have you on our bus? We will drive to you. We will show up to the front doorstep of your home, and you can step outside, hop on board, and I don't know, lay it all out there for us. We got some questions for you.
Katie don't want none of that smoke, bro.
We can have a conversation.
She don't want that smoke.
Yeah, there's too much toxic
We'll give her a
masculinity in here.
Yeah.
She might not be able to handle it. She's too democratic. Liars. I'm so sick of these liars.
Let's pivot to
Do you need a fan, brother? Turn it off. The fan? No. There you go.
oh.
No, that was the wrong button. But
Wrong button. What else you got in this motherfucker, Jerry?
Oh, right there. Here's your fan right there. See that fan button? Bang.
Bang. I'm getting a fucking lower back massage right now, dog. Hell yeah.
So have you guys heard about Alberta petitioning to be the 51st state of America?
Well, so yeah, Canada had their election, and they had the big propaganda fucking run there to make sure to push them over the edge there.
yeah, vote with pencils.
Yep.
That's gonna work out great.
I don't get it. I don't get it, right? Pierre fucked up. He went against Trump, right? That's what killed it. Like, there was massive support for Trump. I got to give it to the mainstream media. They executed on their propaganda. They were able to basically flood the airwaves with a bunch of fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? They made it act like tariffs were like the end all do all, and they had such short term memory that they forgot. They didn't even know who the fuck Carney really is. They're like, who he's connected to? You know who the fuck he's connected to? World Economic Forum, right?
That makes sense.
And we know what they're about. Eat the Z-bugs, right?
Schwab's.
Yeah. Do we really need humans, or can we depopulate them? And they're like, oh yeah, I want a guy that represents these guys. Yeah, they'll have the best interest for me. You're fucking retarded.
Even though Klaus Schwab just fucking retired from the WEF, or
Yeah.
whatever he was. But
Well,
yeah.
he became too exposed, and that's the thing. Just like how they got rid of
I
fucking
thought they
Trudeau,
removed him.
they did.
Oh, they did
removed
remove
him.
him?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's under their internal investigation.
Oh, yeah. He is not suicidal.
Klaus Schwab.
Oh, God, yeah.
Easy bugs. So they have Carney come in, right? And the Canadians are they voted him in, and now they're like, oh yeah, this is going to be the big, because it's the big anti-Trump battle, right? It's because he's anti-Trump, and he's going to lead the way. He's going to lead Canada in the right direction. Boy, you bunch of fucking retards. You're about to be infiltrated with a bunch of Muslims, for one.
Yep.
Chinese, that's where they're going to go. So think about it. That we shut down the Mexican border, right? Donald Trump. We had 3 crossings on the border last month. So you have the desert throughout there, and they got the military. They got the military down there, and they're guarding the border there. Now you have Canada.
Yep.
Think about Canadian border. It is woods.
There's only 2 directions for them to come in from.
Correct.
They're not coming in from the water because Coast Guard doesn't fuck around with that shit.
No, well, and that's the play, right? Come through Canada, and we can house them now in Canada. So now it's going to be like the fucking UK. That's how they did it, right? They went from one country to the other, and they just slowly trickled in. And so their play is, I got to turn on this vibration.
Too much for you.
Oh man. So basically, it's like, all right, we're gonna house them. We're gonna house them into Canada, right? And we're gonna slowly trickle them in through the United States upper border. Guaranteed. It's a lot easier for them to get in, because think about the border up there. It's manned, but it's not manned to the capacity of the southern border.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Because it's all woods. All woods.
Yep.
You know, there are so many different variables. It's so much harder. The concealment for an illegal immigrant to get through there is just, I mean, that's much more desirable. You know, when you're running through the fucking desert, it's just like, what are you going to hide behind a cactus? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Throw some dirt in the air and You know what I mean?
And that's something that's never really talked about when it comes to immigration and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
The northern border is pretty bad too. There's always immigrants crossing through there illegally.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Always.
Well, you
Not
know,
as bad as the Mexican border, but
that gets all the publicity, right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
like it's always talked about because you got the terrorists, right? The drug cartels down there, and the human trafficking. And that's where they're coming in through South America, right? That's where a lot of the crossings happening. What was reported, right? We live next to the Canadian border, you know, in northern New York. Fuck you, Holcomb. When you look at it, like, think about this, like the reservation, you know what I mean? We all been on the res. We know how the Indians transport their fucking drugs and their cigarettes through Canada. Man, they got fucking high speed boats and they fucking jet across the water, you know what I mean, in the lake there. And they have their ATVs, they got recreational vehicles. Like, it is dense, thick woods.
yeah.
Try guarding that. How do you guard that? How does Border Patrol guard that?
Infrared from fucking drones. That's pretty much all you can do.
Right. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Now, infrared drones. Now, run one of those drones in the dead of winter with high wind speeds.
Yeah.
You ain't.
Yeah.
Nope.
Shoot, you don't even have to, like, these guys are just walking across the river there. They don't even have to, you know, I mean, they're using snowmobiles or just
Correct.
hiking with the backpack. So,
Right. And think about the landmass you got to cover from there. Like, that's a challenge, but I honestly think that's the play. That's the play. They got their guy in Canada,
Yeah.
who obviously represents their ideology and their plan. He's part of the fucking plan. You know it. He's a dirtball, dude.
Oh, yeah, he's placed in there.
Yep. And we're going to see it. Mark my fucking words. You're going to see you fucking retarded Canadians. Like, ugh, I love you northern neighbors, but you're just as retarded as the liberals, dude. You're just as fucking retarded. You voted that guy in. Like, do you even know who he is? Do you know who he is? Like, oh my God. Grok. Grok's going to tell us exactly who he is and his background.
I tell you exactly what's going to happen. Alberta's going to have their 600,000 votes, and they're become 51st fucking state of the United States of America. Then Canada's fucked. They can do whatever they want.
how interesting would that be? I love Montana. I think I'd love Alberta.
You fucking right, bud.
Even more. I'd probably move there just because, like, broke is a joke. I don't care. I'll live in the hills and the mountains because the Rockies run right up through there.
Same story there as it is here, brother. All the pretty states, California, New York, Florida, Texas, are all getting devastated because of fucking sick DEI bullshit.
And Alberta will be like, you mean we can have guns again?
You fucking right.
Yeah, they won't know what to do with
We
it.
can hang them on our wall and everything?
That's all you got to do is take that borderline, buddy, go around their fucking state. Poof, there you go. You got the Bill of Rights, you got the Constitution on your side now.
If I don't know what the Providence is next to it, or province, is it province or Providence? Province. So, the western side of that, they'll probably be like, well, we just got cut off from Canada. We might as well just become the United States too. And now, man, we got a direct route right to Alaska. There is no border. You just drive to Alaska. How cool would that be? You don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about border patrol. None of that stuff. Like, I don't want to get into it, but
Well, that's another thing, you know.
So check this out. Grok says, thank you, Grok, you're badass. So Mark Carney has a significant connections to the World Economic Forum. He served as a member of the World Economic Foundation Board, organization's highest governing body, which oversees strategic directions indicating a deep involvement in shaping global agendas. Currently, he's listed as the agenda contributor, meaning he actively provides insight and opinions to the World Economic Forum's platforms and initiatives. So, Canadians, I want you to fucking understand this. Do your due diligence and research who the fuck you're putting in control of your livelihood, really. Like, do you know what you just did? They don't have a fucking clue, but you're about to find out. About to find out real quick.
what did they do? Did they just say like, well, we didn't like Justin Trudeau, let's just get the new guy in?
No, what like I said, my hat, I fucking, this is why, like, the mainstream media, and like, thank God, like, obviously, like, I don't know if you guys heard, they defunded NPR. They defunded NPR.
Nice.
Because it's literally a political weapon, but it's against the fucking people. Their media up there basically played the Trump tariffs as the biggest, darkest enemy this world has seen, even though we got wars going on. Like, Canada, you're falling the fuck apart right now, dude. Like, your tariffs are bad. Vote in somebody like Pierre who can establish a connection and a rapport with your southern neighbor, the United States, the world's super fucking power. No. What you do is, you dumb little fucks, is you bring in the World Economic Forum's fucking puppet, and now you think you're going to battle the world's superpower? You know what Marco from Chapoya says, right?
Yeah.
Good luck.
You fucking A.
You fucking idiots.
And by the way, everybody, Nick can read just fine. He's trying to read fine print from, it looks like, at least 2.5 feet away. So, you know.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man, because
always got my back.
I couldn't do it.
So Canada, I don't know.
Come on over. Bring them on. We'll take all your states. Come on.
Canada, we'll give you a hug too.
Actually, Florida's having a mass influx of Canadians selling their homes and moving back to Canada right now. Thank you. You know?
See you. See you later.
So do you want to offer that to the Canadians? Like, we'll set up shop like out in Montana for all the Albertans and stuff, and like just sit at the border and hug every single one of them that, you know, might not want to vote to make that our new state.
It's super conservative there. Alberta.
Oh, yeah.
But it's only got 3,000 votes from what I read. I mean,
there's probably only like
but there was
5,000 people there. So I mean,
yeah, but there is fucking. Let me look this up. I know strategically it plays a vital role in regards to the oil.
$139 billion just from Alberta alone. If my calculations are correct.
and he didn't even pull his cell phone out to like
The poly calculator.
Numbers, man. I just got to think for numbers. I can't retain information, but numbers I can.
Get that from our dad.
Let me see here. Yeah, Alberta's extensive pipeline system delivers secure energy to U.S. markets with approximately 4 million barrels of crude oil exported daily via from the pipelines in 2023. Significant bilateral trade partner with over $139.3 billion in trade in 2023 with the United States and Alberta. Just in 2023.
So basically,
That's more than 80% of Alberta's exports to the U.S.
Alberta or Canada as a whole?
They're never going to let Alberta go.
Okay.
Alberta is the largest foreign supplier of energy products to the United States.
They'll start a war before they let Alberta go. And they can't fight a war.
They can't. They just need 600,000 votes.
Well, I mean,
They'll talk about starting a war. They're not actually going to start one because they know how that's going to go.
No, it's gonna be like that little dog with the big dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's talking a lot, or he's barking a lot of shit, and then when you put it next to the big dog, he shuts the fuck up.
Yeah. And they just give their 30 tanks to Ukraine. Right?
Yeah. And they're gonna ask America to borrow some of theirs.
Yeah.
Hey guys, can we get a loaner?
Oh, we can't. We gave them out to Iran.
No, we get Ukraine. You mean?
No, Iran when they fucking we left Afghanistan. Embarrassingly enough.
The terrorists.
Yeah.
Al Qaeda.
Fucking cocksuckers are flying around our Black Hawks.
Yeah,
and
I was just
tanks
gonna
and
say,
shit.
like they're probably they thought they think they're the coolest shit. Now they're like, we're just like America, man. Yeah, we got cool helicopters now.
Yeah. Except they can't fucking drive. I've seen a couple.
They're probably crashing half the motherfuckers.
Yeah,
honestly.
have you seen some of those videos?
No,
yeah,
no.
dude. It's funny because they're fucking retards, right? They're terrorists. You steal their shit. It's that fuck around, find out moment, right? They're like, yeah, like they literally no training, taking the shit up and it's fucking flipping and turning, boom.
Yeah.
And then the other ones are trying to do it right after they just watch their buddies get blown the fuck up.
They're like, that's all right. He's in heaven with 32 virgins.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Like, it'd be almost. You know when some people die, they go in, they cross. You know, they go to the light or whatnot, and they come back. Like some people who get resuscitated, right? They die for a brief period of time. They're like, they talk about their experience and what they saw and this and that. Can you imagine that? The lie they've been told, and they get there, they're like, how many virgins?
They're like,
it's a scam, bro. It's a fucking scam.
We're celibate up here. We don't do that.
Like it would totally like they would have to fucking. They're like,
Well, it
don't
just
tell
goes to show
anybody.
you how fucking religion controls people. They bed shit like that in people's brains, and I want the virgins.
Yeah.
The fuck are you gonna do with 80 virgins anyway?
But on a serious note, though, like fucking Canadians, like you fucking idiots, dude. You're going to be infiltrated by Muslims. Like when you talk about Sharia law and all that, like I was watching some fucking sick videos, dude. There was a guy. The guy was interviewing these two Muslims, and they were talking about how it's okay to marry a 9-year-old little girl.
Yeah,
and she's their explanation behind this, right, is if she can have her period, she's crossed that line of now they're able to have sex. Like in their mind, they're like, that's okay with a fucking 9-year-old girl.
but the fathers of these daughters have the same thought.
That's what I'm
process.
saying.
So
Yeah.
like
It's their
they're okay
belief.
with sending this little girl off. I'll trade her for a cow. And we knew
Or a goat.
our family knew a family of the mother was an American, the father was a Muslim. They treat their cows better than they treat their women. That was one of the things like she always said. Like, and she was always getting beat. He eventually just took the children to wherever it was, whatever country it was, Afghanistan, whatever it was. Yeah,
or some
Pakistan.
shit. Yeah.
And she lost her family, obviously. Like, but yeah, the horror stories like she used to tell us. It's like, well, why the fuck did you get into that? Like, didn't you do any type of research, or didn't your friends say, hey, you know, by the way,
Right.
they kiss their cows and beat their women? So,
But the thing is like normal people don't understand other religions and how they operate, especially when we're at a point like this, like Canada. Like, do you know who you just elected, and like, do you know what's on your doorstep right now? Right, like what's going on down in fucking Texas with all these mosques and shit going up. Like, do you know the Muslims, like the Sharia law hates white Christianity? Like it's known.
They hate women.
They hate women.
They hate women. Yeah.
Like, and these idiots, like the liberals, are like, they're trying to support. We need freedom to everybody. We need terrorists in here. We need it all. They need right to due process.
We got to help them.
We have to help them. We have to help them, even though they might rape our children.
Sounds
earlier
just
and
like
kill us.
AOC.
okay, so just like any one of us Americans, like you've got your good guys, you got your bad guys, you got your just good dads, you got your bad dads. There's I don't, we can't just put them all in one big pot and say
No.
they're all bad, you know.
No.
But if they're following Sharia law is Sharia law, regardless of what
Correct.
you want to believe they might or might not think. If they're following Sharia law is telling them to do some pretty bad shit. So,
Yeah, exactly. And it's disregard of what the United States is all about, what we were founded on, right?
Oh,
And what our Constitution represents. Like, Sharia law shits all over that, dude. And it's just more or less, that's what the people need to be educated on and even be aware. And I'm not saying Muslims are bad people. It's just like you have conflicting ideologies, conflicting religions. And they know this. Like the World Economic Forum, the globalist elite, they know this. That's why they want to import, not only for the voters, right?
great conflict.
Right. Conflict. Exactly.
If there's too much conflict, then we need the government to step in and save our
Correct
asses, and that's what they're doing. Create it, make a mess. They're the cleaners.
We're the fixers. Yeah,
they're going to come in and say we're going to fix it, and the idiots are going to say, "Please come fix it." You know. Yeah.
I mean, the soy boys will. Not if you're an alpha male like us. We're going to say, you're going to fuck around and find out, sweetheart.
Yes, sir.
Bang.
Let that be a lesson to you, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot fly a Black Hawk in sandals.
There.
We will make America great again.